In this video, we are going to be discussing the different phases of the menstrual cycle, how to determine the length of your cycle, and how to know when to expect your next period. My name is Winnie. I'm a health enthusiast and a health and social care expert. My channel focuses on male and female health, as well as natural remedies to achieving optimal health and well-being. If this is the kind of content you're interested in, please stay tuned. What is the menstrual cycle, and why is it so important that you understand how it works? Simply put, the menstrual cycle is that process that gets your body ready to have a baby. If you don't get pregnant, your body gets a message from your hormones to let go of the lining in your uterus. This is what causes your period. After your period, the menstrual cycle starts all over again. What this means is that for you to conceive and bring forth a baby, you need to have a functional cycle. Now, there are 4 phases of the menstrual cycle. We have the menstrual phase, the follicular phase, ovulation, and the luteal phase. The menstrual phase is the first stage of the menstrual cycle. If pregnancy did not occur in that cycle, then the woman would have her period. Hormone levels would decrease, and this causes the lining of the uterus to break down and be expelled through the vagina as blood, mucus, and tissues during menstruation. Next we have is the follicular phase, which begins on the first day of your period and lasts for about 2 weeks. Your brain sends a signal to your ovaries to create small sacs called follicles, and these follicles contains eggs. One of these eggs will mature and be released during ovulation. During this phase, the lining in your uterus thickens while preparing to nourish a fertilized egg, just in case you get pregnant. The third phase of the menstrual cycle is ovulation. This is when a mature egg is released from your ovaries and travels through the fallopian tube to the uterus. Ovulation typically occurs once a month, around 2 weeks before your next period. If sperm meets the egg during this time, pregnancy can occur. You're most likely to conceive 3 days before and during ovulation, although it can happen up to 5 days before. Once the egg is released, it survives for about 24 hours. If fertilization happens, then be prepared for that long 9 months journey. The fourth phase of the menstrual cycle is the luteal phase. When ovulation is over, the body produces hormones called progesterone and estrogen. These hormones make the inside of the uterus thicker and ready for a fertilized egg to implant and grow there. If implantation occurs, the body will continue producing progesterone to support the developing baby. However, if the egg does not implant, the body stops producing progesterone, uterus lining sheds, and menstrual cycle begins all over. Now, to have a thorough understanding of your menstrual cycle, the first step is to know how to determine your cycle length. The cycle length is the number of days from the first day you have your period. That is the very first day you see blood, and it ends on the day before your next period. The very first day of your period is the beginning of your menstrual cycle. Always remember to take note of the first day of your period, and you could mark them on a calendar. It's important to keep tracks of your period for at least, say, 3 to 6 months. That way, you're able to have an average of the cycle length, because cycle length is not always constant. However, if your cycle length is between 21 to 35 days, it's normal. Also, if you have your periods between 2 to 7 days, it's also completely normal. This is to say that anything less than 2 days or more than 7 days is not normal, so you should consult with your doctor. Now, let's dive into how to calculate your cycle length. We're in the month of June. We're going to be using the May calendar. So, this is the month of May. Let's assume you saw blood for the very first time in this month of May on the 3rd of May. So you're going to circle the 3rd of May as cycle day 1. And your period lasted for about 5 days. So we have cycle day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After you've had your period, your very next period started, let's assume that it started on the 31st of May. For us to be able to determine your cycle length, we're going to be counting from this very first day you see blood to the day before your next period, because this day is the beginning of another menstrual cycle. 31st is the beginning of another menstrual cycle. So you're not going to put it in this calculation, because quite a number of people make that mistake. They count from the first day they see blood to the first day of their next period. That is not how to calculate your cycle length. So you're going to be counting from the first day you see blood to the last day before your next period. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, cycle day 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So for this month of May, we can safely say that we have a 28-day cycle. It's important to know that cycle length varies. It's possible that in the month of, say, March, you had a 26-day cycle. In the month of April, you had a 27-day cycle. And in this month of May, you're having a 28-day cycle. And in the month of June, it's possible you have a 29-day cycle. If that is the case, it's completely normal and you can be said to have a regular period. For you to be able to know when to expect your next period, since you had your period for the month of May on the 3rd, and this is a 28-day cycle, you are most likely to have your next period on the next day, which is the 31st of May. If you got value, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I also love you to leave comments, leave your questions, and I'll be sure to answer all of them. I'll see you in my next video.